My name is Jackie Sprock, and I am a breast cancer survivor. I have something that I need to share. I don't want it to be all about me. It's not about me. I just want to be able to help other people. And so maybe a little bit of my story could help somebody, because as I work in the ICU, I do see women come in there that have ignored their mammograms. They haven't done that. They haven't kept up with their doctors. And I see the consequences of it. And then I think about me, and I'm like, I did keep up with it, and I'm so glad I did. I wish they knew to do this. So I feel like I got to help them. I got to tell them that I got to help somebody. I don't know if this is the right way, but this is what I got to do. And so the morning of the surgery, it was very weird because my husband and I didn't know what to say to each other. When someone tells you that you have breast cancer and no one in your family's had it, you've never had to deal with this before, it's hard to explain. So we just drove together. We were holding each other's hand, and once they did the surgery, it was like, okay, you're fine. You can go home. And then you're thinking, okay, what next? What happens? We got to wait for a week because we have to test the lymph nodes. We got to let you know if you need further treatment, and that is the longest week of your life, to wait for that. And then they called us and they said everything was okay, because they had told me I was going to need all of these different types of treatment, and then they said, you don't need anything. It's going to be fine. So in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, now what? What's next? Is it fine? Is it going to come back? Why did it come in the first place when I don't have any family history? We didn't know what to think. And so for the next 5 years, we just kind of lived on edge. And we just kept thinking about it. Every mammogram, you just hold your breath. In 2009, I moved to Westchester County, and I started working here at St. John's Hospital. So I was looking for a place where I could have my mammograms and a new doctor. And one of the nurses told me about the Ashikari Breast Center. So I made an appointment there, and I had my mammogram, and Dr. Pon Kellerman was my doctor. So I told him my story about my breast cancer in 2006, and I was pretty happy that I didn't need any treatment, everything was okay, and he said, I don't agree with that. Once you've had breast cancer, it's something that really needs to be followed, and because you didn't have any prophylactic treatment, he says, I'm going to follow you very closely. And I said, okay. He says, I hope this isn't going to bother you. I said, no, you do it. This is your thing. You know what you're doing. So I'm so glad that Dr. Pon Kellerman insisted that I see him every 6 months, because in 2012, after I had my routine mammogram, then the radiologist came out and said, Miss Brock, we need you to stay and see the doctor. And I got that whole feeling that I had in 2006, and I knew what it meant. I knew those words. So this was the same time as Hurricane Sandy. So I went through all of the tests and everything, and now they're trying to call me and tell me the results. They can't get through because the phone lines are down because of Hurricane Sandy. We can hear them, but they can't hear us. So my husband and I are trying to, for a couple of days, we're trying to figure out how to get this result. So finally, we got in the car, and he says, we're going to drive around the county, and we're going to keep calling until we get a signal. So that's what we did. We just got in the car, and this sounds so archaic, but that's what we did, because we wanted to know what did they find? Did they find anything? Is it okay? We finally got all the way to the Bronx, and we got the doctor's office, and they said, we've been trying to get to you for a week to tell you that you're positive, and it's very aggressive, and we need to see you in the office. They want to see you now. That became the worst week of my life, just living through Hurricane Sandy, and then living and wanting to know the diagnosis and then getting it. And so then we were able to move ahead. And so I had to have surgery. Dr. Kellerman performed the surgery in November 2012. And then that's when I met Dr. Hermanto, and he's the oncologist. And Dr. Hermanto performed the radiation treatments that I had to go through. And so when he heard the story that I hadn't received any treatment, prophylactic treatment after the first cancer in 2006, then he said, we're going to be very aggressive. And so I trusted them, because what got me through this my husband, my family, my friends, my faith, my job, and all of the support, the Ashikari Breast Center, Dr. Hermanto and his staff at the Oncology Center. That's what helped me to get through this. I am Jackie Sprock, and I am a 2-time breast cancer survivor. I really want to just keep living and enjoy everything that I can. I know sometimes I feel like I fill up my schedule too much because I work nights, but I want to just keep. I feel like the Energizer Bunny sometimes, even though my body is like, you need rest. I don't ignore the rest part, but I just want to keep going. I don't want to miss out on anything. I don't want to sit down and watch TV. I want to be doing something, and I don't want to lose that. I feel like it makes me stronger, and it makes me happier, and it gets me out of my head. I am Riverside strong.